So, investors and Tesla insiders and now a judge are dumping on Elon Musk. That's the subject of today's video. And check out the chart here first. In the past month, Tesla stock is now down 11%. You also have this comparison. Tesla stock is down 11%, yet the market is up 1%. Now take a look at this. This is in the last couple of months from December 17th, 2024 to February 6th, 2025. Tesla stock is down 23%. Taking a beating is Elon Musk. We got to talk about this because, as you know, Elon Musk bought the presidency, is trying to buy other politicians in countries all around the world. And basically, his wealth is based on the price of Tesla stock, which can go up and down in a hurry, and in this case, down. On top of that, insiders are actually selling Tesla stock. So you can see Tesla stock down 3.3% and insider selling. Who is selling? This is big. The CFO, right? The chief financial officer is selling, and he's actually been selling a lot lately, but he's selling again today. Plus Robin Denholm, she is the chairperson of the board at Tesla. She's dumping a bunch of stock. This is the disclosures of this stuff. You'll get these emails from time to time. But they're actually selling quite a bit. And these are insiders on Tesla because people always say, hey, Chris, why doesn't the board just fire Elon Musk? Because clearly he is a detriment to Tesla. He's damaging the brand. He's crazy. He's not even at Tesla. He's actually just doing other things all the time. Well, basically, the board needs to try to sell their stock while they can, and then they can dump Elon. Because basically Tesla, if you don't know, it's kind of like Amway or MLM. You have all of these, people trying to build out their pyramids and just prop up the stock that way. On top of that, just these are who these people hang out with. Donald Trump, his whole crypto scam thing, it's actually crashed. And I was looking at this. Now, it is true. If you're insider trading and you're a buddy of Trump, you could have made money on this. Certainly true if you're insider trading and doing illegal things. So that was, I guess, started at $7, topped out, I don't know, $80, something like that. But now it's at 17. So you've actually lost quite a bit if you bought at the top. And then on top of that, which we got to cover, because you guys understand how all of these sort of scams go, is you promise people the dream that you have the best tech. And it's like, oh, you got the best tech. You're so awesome. But it's not actually the truth. A lot of things that Elon Musk say aren't actually the truth. You can see here, this is coming out from Bloomberg today. Tesla's planned self-driving service is behind the curve. Basically, they try to sell you that Tesla's going to be so awesome with robot driving, etc. But it's not really that popular around the world. So these are some examples of where you can find it. Most of the world doesn't have it. And even if they do have any form of this, it's not really that widely adopted. On top of that, even if you believe in Tesla that can do it, they're clearly not the first place. So for example, Waymo is actually giving more of these trips, but that's only in a few cities. And again, when we're talking about robot driving, we're talking about replacing people's jobs, which isn't really necessarily a very popular thing to do. On top of that, it may not necessarily ever work or be safe or be cost effective. If you want to compare this, and I'm just showing you guys sort of where Tesla is compared to their competition. Waymo has a lot more permits and able to test these things compared to Tesla, as you can see in that chart there. And you have consumers dumping Elon Musk, 59% plunge in Germany. I mean, when you give Nazi salutes, people tend not to like that in Europe and USA and otherwise. So how do you prop up yourself, right? Again, it is a Ponzi, pyramid, MLM kind of scheme. You just make up stuff. So for example, they made this sort of fake agency thing, the DOGE stuff. And I'm showing you this image. Why am I showing you this? Is because Elon Musk has these type of accounts. This is the DOGE designer. Is it Elon Musk himself? Is an employee? I don't know. But they always tweet out these AI generated things to basically create a false fake reality, right? This is not real. This is the AI generated thing by his Grok thing. And it's kind of like this image of a badge of Doge and trying to make it seem like, oh yes, it's a real department with real authority and we should take this stuff seriously. Now it is serious, right? That they're doing illegal things. So that stuff's serious. And in fact, there's a lot of red flags being raised by this. And recently today, a judge is blocking Elon Musk and Doge. So that's the latest news coming out. So we'll read some headlines here. Musk's Doge youngins are terrorizing senior government staffers. So this was actually really interesting. Not only the judge stepping in, but his particular people are doing crazy things. I guess they are actually yelling at like staffers. So like Remember, Musk is working with these young kids, right, 19 to 24. You could call them young men if you want. You can call them college students. Well, actually, these people didn't finish college, but there's that. But the description is actually really interesting. It says here, meanwhile, morale has plummeted, said 3 OPM officials, as DOGE agents, right, that's Musk people, DOGE agents have clashed with senior career personnel. One official recalled a meeting in which a young DOGE member began screaming at senior developers and calling them, quote, idiots. That's the kind of people that Elon Musk is working with. They're just young, and they throw hissy fits essentially, and are screaming to the veteran employees that they're idiots. On top of that, the Wired has actually been doing a great job investigating who these team members are, or of Trump. I can see here a headline: Doge teen owns Tesla.sexy LLC and worked at startup that has hired convicted hackers. And I read through this stuff and was like, are you serious? And then I guess the guy, his name is Edward Korstein. He also has the nickname Big Balls on. That's the mentality of these people, seriously. And Elon Musk will name himself that kind of. It's just that kind of people. He'll name themselves kind of stuff. And you guys know that sort of that sort of boy culture, video game culture on the internet, right? You guys know that stuff. That's the kind of audience that Elon Musk goes for. That's the people who pump up his stuff, in his stocks, etc. It's that kind of stuff. These young men, dudes. This guy though is interesting. People were commenting, and officials were commenting that these kind of people would never really get through security clearances because they have too many problems, red flags. He had this coursing guy. I read through the article. He had like a bot farm for Russian bots or something like that. Multiple businesses, or it's called business licenses in multiple countries. Like, for example, it says here, Edward Corsi, 19-year-old high school graduate, established at least 5 different companies in the last 4 years, entities in Connecticut, Delaware, UK. And then it mentioned that it was like a cyber attack for hire kind of thing. I'm like, what? It's stuff you don't want to get involved with. For example, it says here, Tesla Sexy, that's what they call this thing, is his company, controls a dozen of web domains, including 2 at least Russia registered domains. And then it says AI bot for Discord servers targeting Russia market. What more do you need to know about this stuff? These are the people that work with Elon Musk. On top of that, and I'm pointing these things out because one of the advices that are really good for just general people, where are you going to put your money? These kind of things. Stick with index funds. Stick with things that are safe. If you want to go balance index fund, that works as well. If you want to go dividend, stock ETF, you want to do that. Pay off your debts. Do some bonds. Do some CDs. Have some cash. Right. The thing is that, and I want to make this clear, much of the internet culture, or you could call it Twitter culture, a bunch of these kind of young boys like these people who promote their Tesla sexy stuff, and they go by the nickname Big Balls, and then they try to get you into the riskiest Ponzi schemes. But then you end up losing money on Trump coins and stuff like that. So just want to understand the danger of this stuff and who these people really are. And then some of the stuff may be filled with Russian bots, the ones that are promoting said things. On top of that, like, even the current Trumpy White House stuff, they make these like ridiculous claims. So, for example, this is their Karen Levitt. She's the press secretary. It says, Karen Levitt comically says Democrats are inciting violence against Elon Musk Doge. So here's the thing. If this were true, right? If Democrats were doing violence all over the place or whatever against Elon Musk Doge, it would be front page news on Fox News, right? You guys know it would be true, right? If someone were, using whatever weapons against them, it would be front page news. But this is all they have. That's what they have. So they have that Trump DOJ sues the Dem-led city. That's their headline. I don't see any Democrat violence anywhere yet. They'll say these kind of things. And I wanted to point this stuff out because sometimes people say, Chris, how do I fight against, the nonsense Trumps and Musk or BS? You just tell them the truth on stuff. Truth trumps BS. I know BS is hard to deal with when you talk about the Trumps and the Musks and, dealing with their sexy Tesla companies and their big ball, user handles. But, they're a bunch of adolescents. That's the point I'm trying to make. And they run around offices in the government and tell people that they're idiots. This is what Fox News has on Kamala Harris these days. You can see here, FCC chair perplexed by CBS handling of Kamala Harris 60 Minutes interview transcript. So if they had anything on this, and they I guess CBS released an unedited video of her, so you can watch the full, unedited thing if you like. But the headline would be like really aggressive if they had anything. All they have is FCC chair perplexed. So I guess the FCC chair is confused. That's all they have. And then Donald Trump tweets out, "Wow, Jesse Waters, we got our hands on the raw CBS News interview with Kamala Harris that was deceptively edited, and it did not disappoint." And all they have is a picture of her blowing her nose because she's got allergies. Like, that's how ridiculously dumb these people are. And what's sad about it, and guys, I really understand, your Jesse Waters, your Trumps, and your Musk. What's sad is their fans are such idiots, and I'm just being honest, they really are idiots to believe that this is some crazy scandal that you edited out someone blowing their nose. When I watch an interview with someone, I don't need to watch someone blow their nose, right? If you want to watch people blow their nose, you can. And like I said, you'll know when someone has got the goods by what they present right up front. So, like, for example, when I make a video today, we talked about Tesla stock going down. I show you the price of stock; it's clearly going down. I also show you that Tesla insiders are selling the stock. The CFO and the chairperson of the Tesla board is selling stock. It's like, this is where truth trumps BS. I just tell you the truth. There it is right there, right? And so the opposite would be like Fox News. They try to make up these like fake scandals of, Kamala Harris blowing your nose as if that's anything. And then you can tell right away, from headlines and if you want to read the full details, you can. But I'm just telling you, it says 60 Minutes publishes transcript of Harris interview amid FCC investigation. So I know the FCC is investigating, and that would be Trump's people like, why didn't you release the full interview? Blah, blah, blah. And then it comes out and she's just blowing her nose. And, and it's also true, maybe when she gives an answer, maybe it's 3 minutes and they're like, you know what, let's just go with 1 minute. It's too long. And that's fine. It is what it is. This is a TV show, and Trump's producing a TV show in the White House. I've actually read reports of where when they do deportations or any stuff that they're doing, is they're not necessarily focused on making good policy. They just want to make sure it looks good on TV. Here's an example of Trump, and I won't say necessarily this is a scandal or anything, but it just shows you the kind of people that they are. So the headline would be, Trump obsesses over exact position of water glass in bizarre clip from a bombshell January 6th film. So the basic gist of it is, if you've ever seen this video, and I'll just tell you about it, it's pretty interesting. It just shows kind of who Trump is as a character. Basically, he sits down for an interview, and he's commenting about the lights, and he likes the way he looks on camera. And to be fair, the lighting was pretty good in this scene, and I think they're maybe in the White House or somewhere, and they got some cool rooms in there. And basically, he starts going, I don't really want that water glass there. I don't think it looks good, right? So he tells the staffer, please remove that water glass. He's like, yeah, okay. Water glass looks better. And then with it's gone. And then he's like looking at, the camera again. You know what? I think we should put that water glass back. Let's put it back. And so he tells the staffer to put it back. And like, is that a scandal? Is it big news? No, not really. But these kind of things show you the characters of who they are off camera. And there are many accounts, and like I was going to give an example, and I don't have it pulled up, but the basic one, there's one where Trump, you can see him going through the script on the quote apology for January 6th, and you can see like there's certain things that he won't say. Like they're actually trying to get him to say the right thing, but he just won't say it. And you'll get a sense of, again, who these people are, and it's not the same as the Kamala Harris blowing her nose or giving longer explanations than that. Or another example, who these people are off camera. If you ever saw the Bill O'Reilly screaming, do it live, we'll do it live. That's who these people are. So going back to the Muskie stuff, though, he's getting blocked by a judge right now. This just came out a few minutes ago. Judge approves limits on sharing Treasury data after Musk allies move in. So basically, the Musk is over the Treasury. He's got his workers or henchmen, however you want to call these people, yelling at staffers, calling them idiots, and as it was described as screaming. But now it looks like the DOJ is following what the judge is saying. Basically, Musk was sued by a bunch of different groups. There's the ruling right there. Let me read a little bit of this. This is the people against Musk. It says, the Alliance for Retired Americans, American Federation of Government Employees, and Service Employees International Union sued the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and the agency Monday to block Elon Musk and other DOGE affiliate employees from accessing the system. And this is the quote from them. It says, the scale of the intrusion into individuals' privacy is massive and unprecedented. That's coming from the unions. Millions of people cannot avoid engaging in financial transactions with federal government, and therefore cannot avoid having their sensitive personal and financial information maintained in government records. Also says, Secretary Bessent's action granted DOGE-affiliated individuals full, continuous, and ongoing access to that information for an unspecified period of time means that retirees, taxpayers, federal employees, companies, and other individuals from all walks of life have no assurance that their information will receive the protection that federal law affords. So again, the judge is ruling against Musk, blocking them access at the moment. I think it's multiple things. So one is they got to make sure that it's read only. I don't think Musk can look at this stuff, and there's a lot of questions in these things. So they're going to look at it more closely. But I want you to understand, and this sort of goes back to why I say for most people, stick to your we talk about money in this situation, stick to your index funds, stick to ETFs where it covers, say, like dividend stocks, that kind of stuff. Want to go balanced index fund, you can do that. If you want to pay off your debts, but that's always a good thing. Make sure your job is secure, hold some cash. I never say like, hey, you have to buy, whatever crazy equity. Most of the stuff you'll see on the internet will just be a bunch of, young kids who set up, or bots for all who set up, sort of accounts to push you into pyramid schemes and stuff like that. I'm showing you the picture of Mike Lindell because you have to understand these sort of blowhards often, scream the loudest, but doesn't necessarily mean that they're right. Screaming doesn't necessarily mean you're telling the truth. So, for example, here, Minnesota judge orders Mike Lindell's My Pillow to pay nearly $778,000 to deliver service at DHL. I guess My Pillow dude, he's trying to sue yet more people, but that's who these people are. Trump likes to sue people. Lindell's trying to sue people. Elon Musk is suing OpenAI. We're going to see what happens with that. I guess it might go to trial, which is kind of crazy. And remember, Musk is suing people for not advertising on Twitter. And this kind of playbook, guys, if you're curious how these people, get to this sort of way, see the movie The Apprentice. It's about the early years of Donald Trump and how he learned how to lie, cheat, steal, and sue when people, basically call you out in your lies. And it gives a good inside look on sort of like how this type of people think. So that's my thoughts on this. Want to hear yours, and I'll catch you on the next video.